Greetings, one and all, from the White Mountains of Arizona, where they have sprayed us yet again. Look at these fake clouds. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about some channeling, and we're going to be channeling the Cabal this week. It's very difficult to speak about the Cabal in certain terms because so much is unknown. So that's why we want to channel them this week and get some information on what the Cabal is, who they are, what their agenda is. In the way that we're using Cabal, what we think we know, is that in 4D, in the vibration higher than this 3D reality, in 4D, this is a black cube matrix run by AI, partially organic, and we are basically in this box as a type of food source for these 4D entities. And the box exists in 4D and 3D, in all Ds really, but we're in the 3D portion of it. And these 4D entities can't really interact with 3D, not physically anyway. So, they get people, humans, Joe Schmoes, to run the operation for them here on Earth. They're probably motivated by money, drug, I don't know, whatever they're motivated by, but they do the Cabal's bidding, essentially. And, you were starting to see it come out in the entertainment industry, music, movies. Even the politicians are showing their true colors these days. And the more you awaken, the more you notice what's Cabal and what's not Cabal, basically. So we're basically just calling the Cabal, they're just people who are of the negative polarity, who want to maintain this black cube matrix, keep it running smoothly, which means keeping us in a low vibration, keeping our consciousness is limited, keeping us in the box, literally and figuratively.
Okay,
who do you have for us today?
an arachnid.
An arachnid. Okay, is this a fourth dimensional entity?
Yes.
Of the lower polarity?
Yes.
And why has it come to us to speak about the Cabal?
He says we are the Cabal.
The arachnids are?
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
We are the true controllers. Everyone keeps giving credit to the reptilians, the Anunnaki, but we are the ones that keep it humming along, everything working just fine.
So you're behind the scenes?
Of course. You do not see spider people walking around.
Some people do. Would you say Joe Biden is a spider person?
Yes, but you see him as the Matrix would have you see him.
Right, but with our third eyes, we can see through the matrix.
You can use as many eyes as you wish.
Okay, you use all 8?
9.
Okay. So what is your mission here in this black cube matrix?
To be the docents for all forms and beings that enter into the cube matrix. We help to place each being into our system. We program the ego so we know exactly what type of being they will be and how they will collaborate or not awaken while they are here. We keep everything running smoothly.
So you're saying the reptiles are subservient to you?
Technically, they would see themselves as above us, but that's a very reptilian thing. We would be somewhat equal, But I find our jobs to be much more important. If all they do is spy on everything and everyone, well, what good is that? We are the ones that cataloged everything. We are the ones that keep you dumb.
Okay, so you control art, entertainment, politics, medicine, education, justice, all of it.
We control the cube itself.
Okay, and you can't interact with 3D physically, correct?
Not without 3D form.
So when we speak of Cabal, are we talking about humans that you manipulate to do your bidding?
Some we don't have to manipulate at all. But yes,
Okay, so at the top of the Cabal, as we understand it, are arachnids.
we would say so, yes.
What would the reptile say?
They think they have so much power. They think they're at the top. They don't control as much as they think they control. And yet, everyone gives them credit for everything. That is because they are their own cheerleaders.
Ah.
They would have everyone believe that they are the masterminds when they are the grunts.
So you guys are like evil colleagues, and you're pissed off that they keep getting Employee of the Month, and you're overlooked.
We don't have a ruler overlooking us, so to speak. We manage ourselves, but rather, maybe it would be nice if they could keep their praise to themselves.
So you don't have any contact with the Anunnaki?
Not really.
So yes, sort of.
They may think so, but we don't believe in contracts.
Okay, I would be fascinated to learn more about your 4D existence, but we do want to keep it 3D to some degree. So can you explain how the hierarchy of the 3D Cabal organization works?
Perhaps you can give an example of someone that we could give you an example of.
All right, we just talked to Tupac, who made it to the second level, perhaps, of your organization.
Since we catalog everyone and everything, and we are in charge of programming your ego so that we know what your personality is, we know your likes and your dislikes, we know every dark thought and every light thought that goes through your mind, we know exactly where you are in your consciousness. And we know this with every being in the universe, not just Earth. So, we know who to call upon, when to call upon them, when they are most vulnerable, when they are most open to suggestion, when their ego is at its finest. And we call upon them either through their ego or perhaps another human that enters their sphere, wanting to befriend them because humans are so easily duped, so eager to meet community, so eager to make friendships and relationships because you can't stand to be alone with yourselves. I don't blame you. So oftentimes, people are summoned or called upon when they are very young. This does not mean that greatness, as you might think of it, will happen automatically. They might be summoned when they are 6 years old, yet nothing occurs until they are 26 years old. But it will set them on the path. Again, either through their ego or the manipulation of their ego with a friend. And this would be considered your initiation. After initiation, you become aware, little by little, of what our organization is about. We don't like to keep too many secrets, especially for initiates. And if they choose to help keep the secrets that we reveal to them, then we know that they are loyal and they are honest. And we will protect our initiates if they serve us well, if they will bring us what we need at that particular time. We don't value money. We don't value fame. All we value is our schedule and when we would like certain things to occur. At the second level, your singer-songwriter would be at the level of, again, keeping secrets, but a little bit more is revealed to them, perhaps now touching upon their moral compass. What upon that moral compass is right and wrong? What is darkness? What is light? How much darkness will you keep inside of you? How much light? If they wish to keep our secrets at this level, and perhaps interacting with others and becoming friends with those they know, that even their higher self is telling them to watch out for, yet they do it anyway. This is good. Then they become initiates at level 3. At level 3, you are now initiated into the sexuality. This could be with your coworkers. Others, they might say, are in the business, or even those that they might consider higher ups, but really they are just puppets. And they think they're getting somewhere with a higher up when they have no power at all. It's so sad. But they do it anyway. They would be our lapdog. They come to us when called. They will do what we tell them to do. And sometimes we might bring in the youth and see how this works out in their favor at level 3. The youth. This is a divide because a higher self, depending on its polarity, let's say a positive polarity, would not corrupt the youth. But if we can get a positive polarity to deny its polarity, well, they are even more loyal, and we will congratulate them, and we move them on to level 4, the island, where we all come together. No masks, no status, just comrades for a common goal, our goal and their goal. Our goal is scheduling. Their goal is fame and fortune and immortality, whatever it may be. And it goes on from there. How much further into the ego, into one's negative polarity, can we push them? It becomes more like a game for us, but we give little rewards along the way.
So there's infinite levels. You can just go higher and higher in all dimensions.
Yes, why would we cut our game short? If they keep saying, yes, please, I would like another, well, then we'll create another level. It's all the same to us.
Well, to you, it's all in the cube because you're locked in here as well.
Yes,
What was your free will violation?
irrelevant.
So you wish to stay in the cube infinitely?
Some perhaps would like to stay. Some would like to move on. But we work as a collective. And so the consensus is that we stay for the time being. And we're quite happy with our home.
Would you say that you're committing free will violations within the cube?
No.
But you do realize it's a matter of perspective.
I suppose. But we've never done anything against anyone's will. We've just pushed their ego a little. If they choose to listen to their ego, that's their free will.
But according to you, you are the creators, if not the manipulators, of the ego. So you give them something that's corruptible, and then you corrupt it. Surely you can see how that's a free will violation.
But if a being chooses freely to come into this cube matrix, knowing exactly what they will be given, an ego program, with the intent that they might possibly wake up and leave the cube, well, that is their free will. They know they will have an ego program. They know what that program is all about. You talk about all is one, then you understand the program. You are both the receptor of that ego and the creator at the same time.
So you understand this, yet you're still in the cube.
Like I said, it is our home.
Well, it's artificial, isn't it?
That's based on perspective.
Okay. So have you been working with this cube longer than the reptiles?
No.
Did you come in at the same time?
No. They were here before we inserted ourselves into the cube.
So you're more advanced than the reptiles and you've taken over.
They were bumbling about, screwing everything up until we fixed it.
At the higher levels of the Cabal, in 3D Earth terms, would we know any of their names or recognize their faces?
Of course not. And that is the purpose, especially for our initiates. If they met a familiar face at, let's say, the higher levels of initiation, let's say they were a level 5, and they find the human behind the curtain was someone they knew all along, it is not like that. It is nobody that they know.
Would you say your organization in 3D Earth terms is satanic?
Some might give it this religious connotation. We would just say that we honor our polarity, and that is negative. We honor our shadow. We honor our darkness.
Gross. Okay. Very good. Yeah, I don't really have any more questions, so we'll let you go. We thank you for being here. I love you, and I thank you for educating us. Do you have any last message for the people before we go?
Some of you might be wondering if you were tapped by the Cabal. If you have to wonder this, then no, you haven't been. You're not as lucky.
I had a lot more questions, but I didn't want Tara to have to deal with the spider. She doesn't do well with spiders. See, here she goes.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Heart skipped a little bit there, here and there at the beginning.
The coughing as well.
A little bit. Yeah, sorry guys. I don't do well with spiders really. Especially that one. They're so creepy.
Egotistical. He's in full ego. 100%.
Like creepy. Like really creepy.
Well, I wanted to ask more about his species. Maybe we'll have to do a separate arachnid video.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think the channelings of like really creepy things like that are important because, you know, we get to understand that shadow side, that negative polarity side, or maybe not fully understand it, but at least we can try to see what their perspective is. so that we have a full, broad perspective of like ourselves, the light and the shadow. So I think it's helpful when creepos like that come through.
Oh yeah, you're gonna learn way more from your opposite polarity than your like polarity every time. That's why you gotta dive into the shadows for this healing stuff. But we don't want to dwell too long on what spiders had to say. Take that as you will, with your own discernment. It's a spider. He's trying to instill fear.
Yeah. Remember, everything has its own perspective. Everything has its own agenda, light or dark, whatever it may be. And that's why it's of the utmost importance that you guys use your own intuition. With these channelings, we're not trying to say what is law and what things are. We're just... well, me, I'm just a vessel, and the energies come through. James is just asking questions, and that's what we would like for you guys as well. Ask questions, use your discernment, use your intuition.
And we got a spooky video for Samhain season.
Oh yeah, I'm working on it.
No, I meant this one.
Oh yeah, okay, well this one too, but I'm working on it.
But this turned out to be kind of spooky. Anyway, Kinsway and Tarot for your own channeling, your own readings.
Yes, thank you to everybody who's gotten those lately.
Light of Riga if you want crystals. There's a cauldron for witchy stuff. Like, share, and subscribe, and share it with your friends so we could reach more people.
Yeah, and so we will catch you guys next Monday then. All right, bye.
Bye.